Tequano relatos, tungasugitsi, bienvenue, warm welcome to everyone. It is my honor today to introduce Dr. Kenneth Deere, who is from the Bear Clan of the Mohawk Nation of Ganawage. Dr. Deere is an award-winning journalist, an educator, and an internationally known Indigenous rights activist. He contributed to the development of the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. He's been awarded the National Aboriginal Achievement Award, and he holds an honorary doctorate from Concordia University here in Montreal. I hold this sacred tobacco in my hand. It's a gift from Rebecca Miracle of the Tyendinaga Mohawk Nation. And on behalf of everyone here today and those who are joining us online, I offer this with the humble request that you would share with us the Thanksgiving address to help us open this meeting in a good way. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for this gift, and in the tradition of our people, tobacco is it's not the kind of tobacco you smoke in your cigarettes. Those of you that smoke, but we do have our own. I grow my own tobacco, and it's ceremonial. It's pretty strong stuff if you want to smoke it, really. Yeah. Zahayandu Yujets. My name is Zahayandu in my language. It means the fire still burns. And the Mohawk language has been spoken here for many, many centuries. And I am not a fluent speaker. I'm a victim of the Canadian education system where we were not allowed to speak our language in our schools or learn any of our culture. So I had to learn stuff as an adult. And one of the worst things I am is a language learner. I'm a unilingual English, and even that I struggle with. So I just want to let you know that as a part of before I talk about our opening Thanksgiving, this is Mohawk territory. Montreal, what we call Jofjage in our language. And Mohawk territory goes all the way from here, like the island of Laval, which is the next island north of Montreal, all the way down to Albany, New York, and the Mohawk Valley. And it goes all the way up to almost to the beginning of Lake Ontario. It covers all of the Adirondack Mountains, So it's a very large territory. And this is a traditional territory of the Mohawk people. And the Mohawk people are a part of a confederacy known as in French, the Iroquois Confederacy, in English, the Six Nations Confederacy. And it consists of, from east to west, the Mohawks, Oneidas, Onondagas, Cayugas, and Senecas that stretches from here all the way to Pennsylvania in our traditional territory. Later on, the Tuscarora joined us from the Carolinas, and we adopted them, and they became the sixth nation of the Confederacy. So we have our own constitution that predates European contact, that the original 5 nations were a warring people with each other, and we had a peacemaker that came to us and taught us the ways of peace, to bury our weapons of war, and to make good words with one another, and form the Confederacy, which I just described to you. And we still follow that constitution that the peacemaker gave us today, even though Canada tried to eliminate that constitution. So I'm not here to bash Canada. I'm just telling you what happened. In our tradition, when we meet, and it's all part of this, keeping the peace, is also keeping the peace with creation. So when we meet, we have what we call the words that come before all others. And where the speaker would get up and he would say things that we all should keep in mind when we deliberate. And what we would say is we would give thanks to all of the plants, all of the medicines that come out of the earth, and we give thanks even to the earth itself for all the gifts that the earth gives to us. In particular, in our case, is what we call the 3 sisters: the corn, beans, and squash, that sustain our people, because we are an agricultural people. And then we go on and we give thanks to the animals, the small animals, the squirrels, the rabbits, foxes, all of these animals that serve a purpose in life. And some of us give us furs and food and sustenance. And so we give thanks to the creation for all of these smaller animals. And also then we go on to the larger animals, like the deer, the moose, the bear, and all those other animals that also serve a purpose in creation, that supply us with what we need to survive. So we give thanks to creation for those things. And then we go on to our feathered friends, those that fly in the air, the birds, the geese, the duck, the quail, and also all the birds that sing in the morning, that make life so enjoyable when we hear them sing. So we give thanks to them too, that they have a purpose in life, that they have a purpose in creation, and we give thanks to them. And then we look to all the creatures that are in the waters, all the fish, the trout, the salmon, all of those, even the small little crawdads and the frogs and everything that live in the water. We give thanks because they too serve a purpose in creation. And some of it is sustenance for us, and also for other reasons that they exist. We give thanks to them. And then we look to the skies, and we give thanks to the four winds, the winds that bring the cloud and the rain that replenishes our lakes and streams, and also that brings the lightning that purifies the air. And the wind takes the clouds away so that we can have sun and warmth, so that our crops can grow, and that we can live a comfortable life. So we give thanks to the four winds. And then we look to the skies at night. And at night we look to the stars, where the stars guide us at night. And also to us in our traditions, that's where our spirit goes when we leave this earth, is up to the stars somewhere. And then we also give thanks to the grandmother moon, because the moon that controls the tides, and also has a relationship with the women, and the moon represents the women in our society. And also, finally, we look to the sun, and we thank creation for the sun, because without the sun there would be no life. And also, in many ways, it represents the Creator itself. So we give thanks to the sun, for without that we would not exist. And now to add to that, we also have to look at ourselves as human beings, and that we are also a part of creation, and that we have a role and a purpose in creation, and that we have to look at ourselves and say, what is our role? We think we know the roles of the animals and the birds and the fish and the four winds and the ice and the snow. We seem to understand that, but we also have a role. And some of us are on a lifelong journey to find out what is our role in creation. So today, and the next few days as you meet, consider all of creation in your decisions, so that the creation will continue to exist, so that if creation exists, then we will exist. So we want you to take all of this into consideration. So I thank you for our words and for my words, and I hope you have a very successful conference. Yawa.
Yawa Koyan Namik, merci. Thank you so much for your powerful words this morning and bringing us together to start this meeting in a good way. Thank you. I will pass it back to the organizers.